Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Jane Live, Living in the Now. And we look at miracle medicine, and we look at quantum medicine, and we look at the really, really, really wonderful results we've been achieving. Everybody's a case study, basically, and what's happening is we're also getting the really, really difficult cases coming through, and well, we're conquering it, and we are really, really sailing. So we have everything to be grateful for. And, you know, also all of you being part of it, being part of the team, we really, really are managing to shift people and change things. So it's absolutely fantastic. And, well, we look forward to more and more and more. And I look forward to more educators who can educate more people, and I look forward to more professionals who can come and join the team as well, so that we can really expand and more and more people can achieve what we're achieving. So I spoke last week, and I said that you know, it's got to the point now where people obviously pay for the consultation and the products, and we're saying to them, look, you know, see you in a month, and pay us because you're well. If you come back and you're not well, you don't pay. And that's an old Chinese way of very effectively looking at things, because that is really having confidence in what you're doing. And we do. So, as you'll know. So it's just we just are really growing from strength to strength to strength. The timing is right. It's perfect. And we're seeing, you know, a real cross-section of people. I've got all my favorites there. There's another one supposed to be joining us as well. I think I'm going to give him a call. Let me just make sure he's here. Let me just make sure he's joining us. Such a fun guy, and also has done so well. Let me just call him and see if he's ready. So yeah. What's really, really beautiful is to watch the metamorphosis of people. And someone sitting in the group here as well, and this is a true story. This gentleman came in, and he was really, really doubled over. He could hardly sit straight. He was in a huge amount of pain. Lennox?
Hey!
You're live, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you want to come in, or do you want to just talk as you are?
No, talk.
You talk. Okay,
Fine.
We just opened up into the Jane Live, and I've been telling people about the wonderful metamorphosis that I'm seeing in people, and I got to the point actually where I never recognized even one of the clients, and I'll tell that story after you. But I met Lennox and his very, very pretty, gorgeous wife at Jackson's.
Yes, my wife.
Yeah, and they came and sat and said to me, Jane, you know, this is a blessing. We walked in here, and we just knew. We came straight to your help desk. This was at Jackson's Kailami in Johannesburg, and sat down and listened to everything I had to say. Am I right, Lennox?
Correct.
And literally put their head down and drilled down and did whatever I said. And I'm going to hand over to you, Lennox, to share your story. Please.
In fact, we're together, as you have rightly put it. She coerced me into getting into the stand. History. She's here right next to me. She can tell you. I'm handing you over to my wife.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, Lennox. Hi. How are you?
I'm good, in yourself.
I'm so good. Wow, you're sounding really clear. So I'm on a live webinar right now, and I called you guys. So what I really wanted to share was the beautiful metamorphosis, the beautiful changes that you guys experienced from meeting me, and then you came bouncing into Jackson's and shared all your stories, and you were glowing and you had energy. So would you like to share your journey, your health healing journey with the people?
Oh, yeah. Hi, people. We are Sipokazan. Lennox was given a brief background. We met Jane at Jackson's. Kalami Corner. My husband is, before we went to her stand, my husband has been complaining that, I wonder what can I do? Like, is there a place where I can go or check my overall health, check the fact that I'm always tired, you know, and all of that. So we met you and you were explaining how the program works, what do you do, and the tests and all of that. So I told him, no, you need, actually I recruited, I thought he's the one who needs it. Then I told him that, no, you need this, just come and sit down. And he was like, why am I sitting down? I'm saying, exactly our conversation, what we were talking about just a few days ago. He said, and we did all the necessities and we got the products. Guys, I don't know what to say. I take glucophage for my insulin. I did not have to take the glucophage for my insulin.
Wow.
Like, the energy, guys. First thing I saw when I came to Jane last week, I think if I'm not mistaken, bouncing at Jackson's. I told him, I suffer from extreme anxiety, like serious one. Guys, that's all I can tell you. My anxiety. And the fact that my husband is quarter his size and me on that.
That's true.
So he has lost. Jane saw him actually. He has lost weight. Luckily, my niece was here just last week. She this weekend actually she commented and said when my husband was showing her what we're taking, and then she said, "No, you need to stop now because you're losing weight." Because he's half the size. They tell me he's got the energy, guys, galore. Me, as I've said, I've got a lot of hormonal problems and thyroid problems. Guys, I can bet you, like, I don't know, like this is, we've been telling our friends to tell their friends and all of that. It is something that one needs to take in their lives, especially in my case, guys, I couldn't emphasize it more. Like I said, I thought he was the one who needs it. But now I'm like, was so fascinated how it is also helping me with my problems. Guys, half the time I'm having problems to get out of bed, one. Literally, I'm having problems to get out of bed. Fatigue is my daily thing without fail. I don't know when last. I do not know when last. I'm smiling actually right now. I do not know when last I've experienced extreme fatigue. This thing, guys, works. And
beautiful. Yeah,
that's all I can say. And my husband over here next to me, guys. And then when I tell you his age, y'all are going to faint, but I'm not going to do that.
That's true.
So yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
You know, from my point of view as well, the shift in your faces, the change in your the even the facial structure, almost I'd even go as far as saying bone structure, because we've had biological dentists like Dr. Reddy on our show before, and he talks about how the facial structure changes when there is insufficient oxygen, because it starts affecting the sinuses and the eyes pull sideways towards the ears and stuff. So when we bring in loads of oxygen and we teach people to breathe, you actually see a shift in the, first of all, the inflammation goes, but secondly, you see a shift in the shape of the face. And these two people, I want to tell you, came bouncing in like adolescents, like youngsters. And I've actually got a photo of them, you know, the before and the after as well. And this is to really show the shift. So, you know, I think these kind of things to be off your medication, to be free of anxiety, to be as happy and joyful as you are, and to have boundless energy. And, you know, the side effect is losing weight. We never focus on losing weight, because why should we? It's the holistic approach to everything, and the weight gets released. And it's about setting the cell vitality and the charge around the cell membrane, so that oxygen and food can go into the cell and water and waste can leave. Once we do that, we're getting the inflammation down and away. Once the inflammation goes, we get just boundless health. So, you know, I just want to really, really comment and credit both of you. And I'm in awe of both of you because, you know, you did it. And people who are listening, I want to just say, you heal yourself. You know, I'm not doing it. You're doing it. And the people that are coming in and listening and sharing in the essence of health are literally just transforming in front of us. And, you know, I've been doing this for so many years, but right here and now, it's happening like this in front of me. And the other practitioners that are working with us, we've got, you know, loads and loads and loads of case studies. So we're just looking to see, you know, on the next level and the next level. And what you guys will find is that your bodies will actually change shape. But for the better. You're going to have really, really, really beautiful bodies and boundless energy. And, you know, you'll be living to, I won't even say an age, but you're going to be living with quality years, because what she was saying was everybody needs to do this. Do you remember she said that? And you do. Why? Because we need to shed the toxins from not only our own parents, but our grandparents and their parents and their parents, 4 generations back of toxins we are holding in our bodies. Added to that, the current everyday environmental, chemical, food additives, genetically modified foods, etc., that are being thrown at us. So we've got a massive detox to do as humans. And can you see what happened so quickly? I mean, I saw you, I think it was two weeks later, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Now we're nearly heading for 3 weeks. So, you know, this is spontaneous healing, you could basically say. And that's why, you know, doctors are referring to the nutrients as miracle medicine, because there is no real other word, you know. And isn't it lovely when your friends comment and say to you, wow, you're looking fantastic?
Oh, yes, of course.
But the most wonderful thing is when you get up in the morning, you can actually feel you can stretch. And you actually feel like walking, and you feel like the day, and you wake up and you're charged. And the rest of the world is looking around for their 1 or 2 cups of coffee. Didn't you find that?
Yeah.
So just awesome. And I think, you know, thanks to Jackson's Real Food Market, because they've put us in there as a health desk, and we really are shifting their customers and shifting the way they perceive health, the food that they're choosing, and, you know, taking things to the next level. Anything else you want to just share? Did you do a detox? Did you have days that were stressful?
No. It was really a walk in the park. And I can read, like you see, my wife has a black belt in breaking. You know, that's why I wanted her to be the one who was to do the breaking part, because she does it so well. And like she has pointed out, I really can tell and see the physical outcome of the process. And it's beyond our house and family members. I mean, you have business partners who are commenting, you know.
Wow.
And we had agreed with my wife, we're not going to start telling people now, let's give it a month or 2, but the results are compelling us to talk, because we don't want people to think we're selfish. Because they've seen us 2 or 3 months back, and they can see us now, and it are physical features that they can identify. So we have to tell them. And I'm sure we did indicate to you, Jane, I've been so negligent in terms of taking good care of myself health-wise. For that matter, I did not even know my blood type until I met you. And that never bothered me, because very fortunately, I'm not a sickly person. For the past 59 years, I've never been a sick person. In fact, it becomes a bone of contention with my wife because he cannot understand why she is the one who's going not to be well at intervals, and here I am. I'm pulling, you know, with all the cares. I never get to be sick. But I always knew there was something I needed to do. You see, at some point in time during my life elsewhere, I was a gym fanatic to the point that I was an instructor in aerobics.
Wow.
And I left that life, and naturally I could see where I was developing fat here and there. And at intervals, I would go to the gym to do that just to maintain. I did not want to balloon. But I could tell, no, man, I needed to do something. Thanks to my wife, because she's a very health fanatic. I mean, she checks and watches what she eats and when she does it. And eventually I bought into the program. She introduced me to Jackson. And guess what? We bumped into you. And the rest is history. The rest is history. We bought all the things that I never thought I would buy just to monitor, you know, how my body takes care of itself. And I'm very happy with the journey that I've started. And Jenny, you might not know this. You work wonders.
Thank you.
Your products work. I know people at intervals must say some of these things. Take it from me. I've never used anything. The first time I decided to use something, it worked. That's why I'm not confused. I know exactly what assisted or what helped me. Unlike those people who try that, try this, try that. No, I've never done that. That's why, in fact, my wife is even asking, why did I get to do this? She has introduced me in all sorts of things.
Wow.
I don't even want to share those things because some of them, I think they were crazy. The time I decided to join her or to do this, there's no looking back. There's no looking back. It's working wonders. It's a pity we are not able for people to see what we're talking about. Otherwise, they would see for themselves. Otherwise, thank you for coming into our lives.
Pleasure.
We really, really appreciate.
Lennox, I'm thanking you. And you know what? I mean, there's some gory details, but Lennox also did the gallbladder flush. So the funnel that's going from the liver through the gallbladder, releasing the bile into the small intestine. And that was also an earth-shifting moment for him, because the way, how clear you think the next day after all those terrible gallstones have left, and liver stones and the cholesterol and triglycerides, and you know, you just see this actual mess in the toilet, and you just so relieved. You never knew that such ugly stuff can live in the liver and block. And so, you know, each sequential step that we took, they followed, and their energy levels has just soared. And you guys are really, really amazing. This case study will get published. You guys will be published, that's for sure.
You won't be disappointed with the images that goes with that.
So you're gonna be the new type of gym instructor, where you actually teach them about oxygen and you teach them about detox. And you know, I worked in a real man cave in London, just outside London, and these guys were humongous. That's all I can tell you. It was just solid muscle. And they would go and they would pump, and I watched them because I actually did assessments there. And they would come out of the weight session and go straight for red colored macaroni with disgusting sauce all over it, and they would eat the most terrible food. And I said to them, but you know what, there's a complete disconnect here. How can you want to achieve peak physical performance, but the fuel you're putting in your body is just nonsense? It's just like non-fuel.
That was the story of my life in Zimbabwe. That's exactly what I used to do there. But in spite of that, we're ready to build this muscle, massive muscle. Can you imagine if we are to fuse what we're doing with a good diet? Well, unfortunately, we're students then. We did not necessarily have the necessary financial injection in what we're doing. But if we could at least try to do a bit of effort in taking a healthy diet, I'm telling you, the results would be totally amazing. Because we were, true sense of the word, living on junk.
Yeah.
Junk, if you know the junk.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, many people have listened to us, all our webinars and things. We have to eat life force. We need neg entropy. We've got to take food that's been grown in sunlight with photon energy, you know, beautiful soil, and that gives us our life force. It gives us our muscle form. It gives us our energy, and everything is about energy. And so, you know, these are basic things. And I mean, if you're just saying people are having 2 and 3 careers. So at 60, you're still a young chicken, you know, you're nearly there. So we want to see you at your party. But what I'm saying is that, you know what, there's time for 2nd and 3rd and 4th careers. And maybe it's just, you know, you could sort of relook at this and go into some of the gyms and say, hey guys, you know, give me 3 people and we transform them in a month. Would be nice, hey?
That would be great.
Yeah, lovely. I'm looking forward to it.
That would be great. Yeah, that would be great.
And then another thought also is, imagine the beautiful and the clever children that are going to be born in the future as a result of adults that have reset. No toxins getting passed on generation after generation. I know before I had my oldest child, I did a 7-day, must have been more. It was about a 7 to 17 days, something like that, because it was in parts, fast. And I remember the heavy metals came out of my skin and everything. So I did prepare myself, but nothing to this extent. I mean, I never knew this existed, you know, 23 years ago. But look, I think with people like yourselves, we can really get into corporates and we can shift. Imagine the awesome productivity. Imagine the joy in the workspaces where people are eating well. Imagine what we could do in the canteens, in the corporate canteens, where I don't know how they distort food like they do in these corporate canteens. I don't know how they get food to look like they do, because
ask me, I promise you, I lived on that for I don't know for how long. That will be a worthy project, a worthy struggle to wage. I promise you that will benefit the future and the future of our kids.
For sure.
It's a worthy thing to consider, Jane. I promise you.
Yeah, I think so. And to also you know, ward off terrible infections and the toxicity, and that is also important to have a really strong immunity, which we get too. And I just want to say also that what struck me with you two is the beautiful shine and glow on your faces. The pure health. You just started radiating health in such a short amount of time.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't want to brag.
So you lost 10 years of your life. You're turning 60, but you're actually looking 50 or even 45, right?
I was in a meeting today. They were asking me, how does this work? The last time they checked, you know. They saw him. Yes, the last time they checked, you do not count ages in the descending order. You don't say 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You say 10, 15, 20, 25. It's like I've changed it.
That's incredible. You've changed the curve. It's not a downward curve anymore. You've gone up.
Yeah, I don't know until where. Thank you, Jane.
Pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure, pleasure. See you very soon, and thank you for sharing your wonderful story with everybody.
Definitely, we are going to be meeting very soon, Jane.
I love it, and thank you, guys. Your story is going to go around the world.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao, ciao. Bye, bye, bye. All right. Well, that's just, you know, an amazing story, amazing experience. You know, one of our questions here saying how long it was. Literally within 2 weeks they shifted, and you know, there's going to be more shifts because this is just the tip of the iceberg. When we start talking about clarity of mind and reduction in anxiety, neurological improvements, when we start talking about emotional improvements, where those irritating things don't bother you anymore, where you can actually stand back and look at things with a non-judgmental awareness. We were speaking about that last night, and things just don't, there are no buttons to press anymore, and your consciousness gets raised, and you can share that raise in consciousness with other people, and start really living your purpose, because it will become very clear to you. So it's more than physical is what I'm really saying. It's an unbelievable journey, and I actually urge people to get a notebook, because as this unfolds, I remember with myself, I was doing it with another friend, and we were exchanging notes, and it was just incredible what was just unfolding in front of us. And, you know, it's got to do with the Ormus Gold, it's got to do with the microbiome reset, the flaxseed oil, you know, whatever organs might be out, the stress defense shield, sometimes the zeolite comes in as well. And all of these are working together, be it fermentation, be it alchemy, be it paramagnetic, as in the rock dust, be it adaptogenic herbs in the stress defense, or the superfoods in the stress defense. You can put it all together, all different shapes and forms of electrons, but we're speaking about one thing, and that is life force. That is neg entropy. That is what we need to eat. That is what us as humans, we are electromagnetic beings. We are like batteries. We are a battery, and our battery needs to be charged. Exactly the same with the cell phone, except the cell phone battery only charges to the top. Our battery recharges and gets stronger and stronger and higher and higher vibration. You know, somebody came in yesterday, and we talk about our Quantum SCIO, EDUCTOR, QUEX, etc. And the normal body bioresonance is rated between 1,000 and 15,000. So above 15,000 and below 1,000 are problems. Above 15,000 is usually parasitic infections and lots of toxins and things like that. Below 1,000 is straight battery flat. This man came in, he was 10. So actually, you shouldn't even really be doing a quantum treatment on him. 10. He was on 10 medications. So imagine when or by the end of the treatment on the quantum, he was already on. He was already over 1,000. So we already charged him through the session. And then we bring in the Ormus Gold, which is an energy capacitor, right? Loaded with electrons. We bring in the microbiome to settle the gut, and the gut being our first brain, actually, and the thinking and everything, and the flaxseed oil and the oxygen. So we also use the oxygen, right? And, you know, we were already shifted in 24 hours, measurable. Well, we measure it in 1 hour, but in 24 hours, those people know they've shifted. So yeah, it's a really simple matter, actually, and just so divine to be sharing these wonderful experiences. So yeah, I mean, we got to know we're electromagnetics. We need to be charged, and you know, the chemicals come after that. Our chemical makeup and our biology comes after that. And remember also, our electrons are not touching. They can't. electrons can't touch. If they touch, they're sick. So if your red blood cells are stuck together, you're sick. They shouldn't be. Everything needs to have what they call like a zeta potential. Nothing. So in fact, with us, it's not either. They're held together by cohesive forces, but they're not touching this, by the way. We're not touching the chair that we're sitting on. So also very interesting to see. But, you know when your battery's charged. You know when you're feeling like these guys. You know, people say to me as well, you know, how do you do it? And I don't even think about it. I just do what I do. And I get in the sun, and the sun is our greatest friend ever. The photon electrons that come from the sun are enormously healing and enormously powerful and enormously energetic. And then you eat organic green food that's got encapsulated sunlight through photosynthesis. It's not as strong as direct sunlight, right? But it's next. And the one before the sunlight is the cosmic radiation, microwave radiation, cosmic microwave radiation that's coming through. That is ultimate God conscious. So those of you that are really on the leading edge, I mean, your food is consciousness. And the high vibrational, the algae mixes, the medicinal mushroom mixes, the adaptogenic mixes, the bee mixes that we have, the stress defense shields, brain fuels, extreme performance boost products. It's all on the website. You can go and look at these products. They are bringing in this encapsulated sunlight, but at a higher level than lettuce and basil and tomato, okay, on a way higher level. The Ormus Gold is bringing in an exceptionally high. This is very close to God consciousness, Ormus Gold. Bringing in an extremely high level of very high vibrational, very tight, very fast spin electrons. And we spoke last night about the gut. And I will be posting the recording soon. I'll post both of these. And, you know, if you look at these, the microorganisms from the microbiome reset under a microscope, it's literally an electron field in front of you. You just see these lights that are moving down the microscope in front of you. It is unbelievable. When you look down the microscope at Ormus Gold, it is like a galaxy. I'm not joking. It looks like the Milky Way galaxy down there. And if you think about it, this is what you're consuming. Wow, it's going to have the most amazing galaxy effect on you. You know, it's just going to switch you on and turn everything into lights. And you know, I suppose that's where we are a light being. We are being of lights, if you think about it, really. So, you know, the training and all of this and the education and the awareness is to get onto the high frequency foods, because you know, you can waste your time with the almost the calorie filled low vibrational electrons. You're wasting your time because it's drawing energy from you. So we want to eat food that's, once it's digested or hardly needs digestion, you're on a higher level straight away. Spirulina is going to do it every time. So these are the miracle foods. We put them together. We're using them as miracle medicine, and well, we're having results beyond any, you know, beyond any doubt, but also beyond, I think, many people's comprehension. I think some of them that walk into Jackson's, they didn't actually pre-program that at all. They come in to eat or drink or buy some veggies or food, and then they see me, and many of them, I would say 1 in 5 sit down and says to me, Jane, this is not coincidence. I needed to be here. I needed to be here. So what did I say? It's not a coincidence. I needed to be here. The other guy told me the other day, I've just visited a health pharmacy and got roped in and everything. He said, you know, I've dreamt about this device. I've dreamt about this, that I walk in somewhere, I get an assessment, and I get well. His blood pressure was 190 over 119. That is humongously high. So just to say, the people that are well are getting more well. The people that are sick are getting more sick. So there's quite a big divide. But the unwell people are finding us, luckily. and we're able to, resuscitate the situation, if you like, and fix people. So what I want to show you actually is another miracle. Just want to see if I've got all the pictures on my phone so that I can show you. Yes, I do. Okay, so let me just, what I want to do now is, and by the way, I was going to go through the slides on the gut microbiome, but what I suggest you do is just listen to the recording from yesterday. The recording from yesterday has got Professor Desiree Dubonnet, first of all, talking about water and proteins and God-conscious foods and all sorts of things. And then I talk about the microbiome and all beautiful things to make for yourself. But anyway, there might be a time. But if I don't get to it, I would urge you to listen to that in any event. Okay, so now we're going to go and we're going to share. Right, let me just open it. Ew, where's it gone? You're luckily I'm opening. Just opening up the WhatsApp because it's got the pictures on it. So just take a second or two to open. Right, there we go. Absolutely perfect. Let me get all our little pictures. I think if someone like Lennox could actually see how his blood had transformed, I think he would fall on his back. I want to show you something now. Right, let me just share. Perfect. So this lady came in with a really chronic so-called virus, all right? And this is a picture of her blood, which is absolutely horrendous. That's all I can tell you. The red blood cells are completely stuck together, but like completely. There's not anyway. Normally you get like a little rouleau effect with them, all the little cells like Mari biscuits in a little tray. These are overlapping and stuck. And then in the space here, you get all these black infections. You get the white candida. There was just stuff floating everywhere. It was horrific. Okay, so it's not gonna shift. Let me go shift to the next one. All right, so here we have further. You can see over here, you can start seeing the fibers, undigested protein, big liver metabolism problems, undigested fibers. The most horrific toxins I've ever seen in my entire life, just lying in these pools inside her blood. Remember, I take a little pinprick. The minutest little pinprick, I put a slide on it and I put it under the microscope. And I'm seeing this in front of me. Look at this. It's just wow. And well, this one is classic because you can absolutely see these fibers. I mean, just look at this. This is a mess. It's a mess. I mean, how can oxygen get transferred? How can water get transferred? Never mind what the actual, the life of the cell is in the body, because that cell vitality is low. Those cells are not taking. I promise you, she was gray. She was down. She was literally not functioning. Literally not functioning. And I want to show you what we did in 2 weeks. Let me just see where I'm going with these. Let me go down one. Oh, here's another one. It's the same, but it's just, I think I've got to show you how that whole conglomeration of mess and disgusting everything looked. Same again. Oh, so here's today. Here's 2 weeks later. Same blood, same person. Now we've got these little, they're still stacked, it's still rouleau, there's still stress, but not that big fat mess of blood. The outside here is clear. Look at the nice big white blood cell that's popped up. It's 4 times the size of one of these loose red blood cells, but the background is all clean. It's starting to clear. This happened in 2 weeks, everybody. This lady was absolutely beaming. She was already looking like I always call them, they'll start looking like goddesses. She was looking like the most beautiful goddess I could see. And she was so proud of how she looked and how she felt and what she'd done and her achievement, and humbled is the word, humbled by the experience. It was too gorgeous to watch. That is my consciousness. I feed off that. Here's also her blood. Let's have a look at this, because here's a big breakdown. This is a big one of those big toxic protoplasts breaking down in 2 weeks. And, you know, if you think Lennox's story was enlightening and enthusiastic, and it was, you must see her story. It was just too beautiful. You know, so that's, let me see if there's anything else coming down. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you the befores and afters on that. I do actually have a recording, but I can't remember which one exactly. Let me just see.
How are you? Hey. You feel so good. You look so good. You look like an angel.
Okay, this is quite sweet. Let's play this one.
All right, so let's go. Oh, so I can. Yeah. No, I was saying, do you remember when I came in? One of the things that I was saying was this persistent irritating cough.
Persistent irritating cough. Let me just see. Now, hold on, I've got the wrong person here. This one.
How are you? Hey. You feel so good.
Sorry.
How are you? Hey. You feel so good. You look so good. You look like an angel.
Oh, thank you.
The very best day. We aim for your birthday, remember? We said by your birthday. Sure. You know, people come in here and I hand them the form to fill out because they look so different. I don't recognize them. A man came on Saturday. And he transformed. He couldn't sit, all right? He had such bad arthritis. He was sitting like this when he came in. Saw him and everything. They came back 3 weeks later. Sat in the chair upright. I handed him the client form to fill out.
This was the guy that was bent when he came.
I never recognized him. You must meet this guy. He couldn't walk. He had rheumatoid arthritis pain, everything all over, plus a whole lot of other stuff. He came in sitting like you, absolutely upright. So here's the thing. Nobody was here last. Oh, yeah, okay, fine. Because they line up down on Saturday. The people line up and I'm Jane, by the way. And you.
Sorry, you'll get there.
You're not a fear of anything. No. Good. Exactly. So you, the daughter.
Yes, unless I had rashes. So I said, look, she must see you.
Yeah, perfect.
She's got rashes. So
Yeah, she used to have 8 men.
she used to have 8 men also.
Very recently, unfortunately. We'll see. Maybe it's not the
Hang on, I think something's coming.
How many drops did you take?
The
Vitality.
yes, I've been taking it, but I've not taken it now in 2 days. I've never done 10 days.
Sorry, I have to edit it. That's why I didn't want to play it. Sorry about that. But any case, I think you heard a bit about the lady. She was just looking absolutely beautiful and beaming. And as I said, you know, that's the consciousness that I live off. That feeds me. And you know what? That also raises my consciousness. So I want to see if I had any other pictures to show you today. Oh, well, you know, we can go and have a look at we can go and have a look at that other lady from yesterday. Yes, let me just get the one from yesterday. I've got to go back to WhatsApp. Let me just go and find it here. So most of you saw it, and I just want to go through it a little bit because, yikes, it's quite a lot. When people come in, you know, you all right there. Okay, perfect. Right, so here we have this lady. I just want to explain it because most of you did see. I'm seeing all of you online. It's so nice. Thanks for coming, guys. All right, this lady was on cortisone. She swelled up so badly that she actually has still scarring, and she scratched herself so badly that she's got such bad scarring. She said to me she never knew what to do. She was literally scratching, and they don't sleep. The scratch and this itch, intense itch, is just so bad. This is a really severe, really scary so-called virus, parasite, whatever you want to call it. And it comes out in the skin in some people. So people display the toxins in different ways. It can be huge lung infection, lots of gut infection, kidneys, liver, or skin. The main detox organs is where it comes out the easiest. And these are the pictures that I took of her, and not her fault. But really, really, really debilitating. Really, I mean, that's a whole a sore over there. And literally, she was sitting with me, and she's just scratching while she's sitting there. She's absolutely scratching, and she's just feeling really, 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 really horrible. And you know, none of it is her fault. These organisms are lying around all over the place. We touch them, we pick them up in the air. I mean, look at this. This is the other part of her arm. There's pigmentation, dark, all sorts of dark stuff. Yeah, her legs are. See all the darkness. And this is clear toxicity just coming out all over the place. You always get that bit of inflammation that comes with it too. And then I took a picture of her blood. Now this blood, don't look too carefully at the red blood cells, because I take I aggravate the blood, okay? But you can see those two there. Now all over the place, she had these little spirals that float around the blood. They grow inside the red blood cell. As soon as they are mature, they come out, and then they swim and they go around the whole body, and hers are coming out in the skin. So I just wanted to share this with you. It can be all sorts of things. I mean, there's names, and I don't think I should name them simply because they'll just remove my post. They'll remove this video from YouTube. So I'm not going to mention the names of these things, but think of the worst, and yes, that's what it is. And they are. So think of 10 worst, and that's what they are. I've seen this also from yellow fever vaccination, one of our members actually, and terrible, from little small ones to medium sized to long ones, just swimming in the blood. So that's that. So you know, why am I sharing this with you? Because you've got to know people are walking around with them. And it's not because they're dirty. It's because the stuff's around. So our immune system isn't geared towards finding man-made toxins, right? It will find the natural ones completely, no problem. But when there's been an engineered ones is where the problem is. So we've got to bring in the belts and whistles. We have to bring in the replica RNA DNA to inform the immune system to come and find these horrible things. Also to boost the cell division and the RNA and the DNA within the cell, obviously, but also their repair. But their main function here is to tell the immune system to come and help. You know, we need to bring in also things that break up the biofilm, because these little organisms live in a jelly type mass, a biofilm mass, together with engineered fungi, bacteria, and yeasts, together with our opportunistic ones that we made to help go and try and fight off the toxin, because they see these genetically modified ones as toxins. So we need to get into this film before the herbs and the oxygen and everything can actually work. So oxygen will break the biofilm. Triphala, which is 3 fruits, will also break the biofilm. So we have to bring something in like that as well to get to these horrible uglies. And there's only one way, and that is to detoxify them out. I can't wait to see this lady. And she's, you know, they come in, their energy level is low, and eventually you can't eat, you can't think. Some of them crawling in a little ball on my plinth, my bed. They just, yeah, they can't eat, they can't anything. There's something like 95 symptoms, I'm not joking. So I want you to be aware, right, that these things are there, and I would say 99% of us have them, and we're getting them in and out on a daily basis. So therefore, raise your immunity, clean out, do the reset, and it's a month of your life, a month a year, straighten out everything. It's like a rebirth, if you like, and you know, get onto a much higher level of functioning and living how we should be. So, you know, just to run through that, what we're doing is we're bringing in the Ormus Gold as an energy capacitor. We're bringing in the microbiome reset to really, if we are 90% microbial, we better be 90% beneficial microbes, not the other way, not the other way around. We want to bring them in, but the intelligence is too high. We want to bring in flaxseed oil to develop the potential across the cell membrane. We want to bring in the oxygen to change the charge of the cell membrane, get the functioning, the cell vitality up. And we want to bring in other things like a zeolite or a stress defense shield, brain fuel, extreme performance boost, to bring in the building blocks even for the RNA and the DNA. But we want to bring replica in the meantime, because we can't wait for it to get formed. We want to give the body in natural form. And the para-immune defense boost, that one is definitely for that lady, this lady that I've just showed you, because that herbal preparation comes in and works and potentiates what the oxygen is doing, not at the same time, but it potentiates what the oxygen is doing. We have to have it. And also, you know, we're using iodine, but I sort of will use iodine, para-immune boost, and the drops if you've got extreme infection, people are, you know, on the verge of not breathing properly, going to hospital, then we'll bring the iodine in as well. You can bring the iodine in if you want to. Iodine is wonderful, it kills things on impact. And then we look at the organs and see, you know, is it kidney, is it lungs, is it liver, is it gut, is it skin? And we start restoring, you know, organ by organ, and the professionals and practitioners in the group all know this. And, you know, this is how we're managing to shift on this level with gratitude. So, guys, that's what I had for today. I think I'm not going to go into the gut. What I urge you to do is go and listen. It's 2 hours worth. So you can also fast forward and go back and forward. I'm going to post them together and basically say watch both. Okay, so you'll get it all there. And if those of you who are wanting to learn how to make the kimchi and the sauerkraut and the kombucha and the kefir, I think I said, and idli, I've put all the recipes there. Miso, I've put all the recipes also. You can go to my YouTube, because most of these fermentation recipes are on the YouTube. Look after your gut. It's so important is what I'm saying. And I'm saying to all of you, go and get a proper assessment. You can come here with pleasure. We can do it on the Quantum, the QUEX, EDUCTOR, or SCIO. All you have to do is just call in, and we'll get you sorted in a matter of moments, because we're so tuned into what these toxins are, these aggravations, and the stress aggravators that are blocking us achieving supreme health. And you know, our health is our blessing. You can't buy it. You can't get it in a bottle. Many people think you can, you know. But you know, I'm just saying, let's really move and shift forward. And any questions, Sanjay, you've been writing in. Thank you so much. Yeah, anything else before we close for the week? I think go and look on the website, go and look on the shop, go and look at the products. You can possibly do things on your own, but I wouldn't. I think you do need, you know, you do need a consultation to set you in the right, set you off properly, and also someone to speak to. So we're available. And you know, the more cleaner we are, the more cleaner the planet will be, and the higher the vibration of the planet. So I think we'll move on to next week. We'll do some more next week. So it's every Wednesday, every Thursday. Pencil it out in your diary, come in live. And I've also appealed to everybody. You know what? I can't be answering questions like, you know, today I had this lady, can you, she's asking me questions about dosage, and then she goes off on a tangent about someone, can we cure people from alcoholism? So in the middle of the day, I need to now start answering all of this. That's just not part of the discussion. If you want to ask those kind of questions, book an appointment and bring the person in. I'm happy to talk about the dosages and blood pressure and things like that. All right. And otherwise, these groups, actually, there's a Monday as well for affiliates and practitioners. This is where you come in and ask me what you really want to know. Because you see, there's very sick people out there. Like right now, we've got that lady with the, I must just go and see where she is on this, on the device, because we're busy fixing her. Let me just put her on quickly again I want to do a 9-minute program here. This is restoring her membranes. Yeah, so busy. So my attention needs to be on restoring membranes, fixing the dosages, quickly getting people here, there, the next thing, and getting back to where we need to be. You see what I'm saying? So come in right now, ask whatever you want to ask before I go. All right, because the next chance of everyday kind of questions is going to be Monday. But I think that's fair. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, there's a lot of time to ask questions. And again, you know, bring the difficult cases, bring the easy cases, whatever. And I know there's people sitting in the group too who want to start up branches in Zimbabwe, in Portugal, around the world. You know, let's get that going soon. So it's exciting, very, very, very exciting. All right, guys, get your balance right, get your day right, understand, get in the sun. Please get in the sun. I'm actually prescribing sunlight. I'm actually prescribing sunlight right now. I'm prescribing breathing and oxygen right now, you know, and prescribing earthing, prescribing walking for 30 minutes barefoot on the ground, you know, prescribing getting into nature, because we've got to connect. For consciousness to happen, we have to connect. It's not going to come out of a synthetic bottle, you know. And you know, choosing people, choosing your environment, and choosing. But also naturally, it's going to happen. You're going to be starting to attract people that are same as you, which is just, I just think so wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah. All right. So let's bring some more Lennoxes and some more Nicolines and raise our own vibration through raising their vibration. That's what I can say. All right, guys. All the best. More stories. Write into me. That's a good one. Write in, and we can talk and we can publish them all. Ciao.